So it's competitive. The guys played competitive. I thought the organization on the sideline was good. We didn't have any wasted timeouts on substitution errors or getting calls in late. I lost a timeout there on a challenge, so that was my first one, and I lost that one. But some good, some bad. Big week for us this week coming up, but I liked how they competed. I liked how physical they played. Certainly there's a lot of areas to clean up, and that's what we'll try to do after we watch the tape. As far as injuries, the only two that I got is Lemieux right now and Jamil, and then I'll get updated here on the train ride home.
Lemieux was in a walking boot afterwards. Is that long-term concerning?
I'm gonna meet with Ronnie and those guys on the way back. Hope not.
Brian, what do you think of how Daniel and the first team navigated the 2 series?
Yeah, there was some good, and some things we could have back. What was he, 6 of 10? We threw a couple vertical plays there. Had a couple of free runners relative to the protection, but I thought he operated the offense well. He let him down on the first drive. We stalled there in the red zone, and good first start, but certainly things to clean up.
Running back up to that second series, what made you decide to give him that rather than just call him after the one?
One, I was going to play him the first quarter. That was the plan. So that kind of stayed true to plan, and then we played with Tyrod the second quarter, and then Davis the last two. So in terms of the play time, most of it stuck true to what we talked about before the game. There was things we had to adjust here or there based on a guy coming out, but I thought the coaches did a really good job. They were organized with that, and we'll just keep on grinding away.
Brian, Aaron Robinson had a pretty eventful night. He made some good plays.
Yeah.
And then even on the one where he made the good play, he had the taunting penalty. What did you make of the kind of uneven night that he had for a young guy?
Well, I thought he competed well. I mean, you're playing corner when you're playing a lot of man-to-man in the preseason to get a good evaluation, and I thought he competed. We'll learn from that penalty that we had down there, but I thought he competed.
Do you expect teams to attack him a little bit more than maybe Darrian on the other side?
I don't know. I mean, every team has their own philosophy offensively. I don't want to speak for the other teams. I think we got to be ready to defend all areas of the field on defense, on the perimeter, inside, in the running game. I mean, that's why we play defense. So, I don't want to speak for any other teams.
You mentioned that you thought the operation was good.
Yeah.
How about your operation as far as just going where to go and what to do and remembering your
I lost the challenge. I was upset about that. That was my first one. So I just thought the coaches did a good job in their respective. I think Wink had his staff really organized. Kafka did a really good job. I think he communicated well throughout the game. Again, we're not making a ton of adjustments here, and I was pleased with that. Again, pleased with the substitutions. I mean, it's our first step. I'm pleased with the way they competed, but we'll go back, we'll watch the tape, we'll learn from it, and we'll try to get better.
We talk a lot about Mike calling the plays. Was it strange for you to not call the plays after so many years of doing it?
Yeah. I tell you when it was strange was before the game. And the night before, you're going through so many things in your head and thinking about situations, whether it's the preseason, regular season, the playoff game, whatever it may be. It's a tough job to call plays, and you got to really put a lot of time and effort and energy into it, and Mike's done a good job with it. Again, it's his first game. Certainly there's no game planning going on, but again, the operation of calling it, getting it in quick to the quarterbacks, giving little reminders, I thought he did a good job.
Was he upstairs?
He was.
That was a change from what you were going to do?
No.
Okay.
No. I mean, I thought about it. I thought that was the best spot. I called the plays upstairs. We'll see what we do this week against Cincinnati. I'll talk about with Mike before I get it to you guys, but it was a good operation.
How do you think of your depth at offensive line and corner, especially with some guys going down?
Yeah, I always think you can use as much depth as you can get, but those guys that came in relatively new, too, up front really did a good job. I thought Bobby had them, prepared, just learning calls and communicating with one another. And then the same thing, you can never have too many corners, as once old coach said. So, but the guys that competed and were out there, playing. I thought they did a good job.
It looked like Bredesen had a pretty good night.
Yeah.
Overall, he's a guy you watch him practice, and
Yeah.
it doesn't always look like it's going well. But then the lights go on tonight. It looked like he really performed well with what you were asking.
Yeah, I think he's had a good camp. He's been flexible for us and inside and snapping and also playing guard. He's smart, tough, dependable. Again, I have to go back and watch all the tape, but boy, is he competitive on the sideline too. Tells you what he sees. Good communicator. He's a good player for us.
Was
The locker room's okay.
Was Andrew on just a slightly lower pitch count than the other guys, or?
Yeah, Andrew was going to get one series. Yeah, so Andrew got one series, and Quan on offense got the one series, and they were out.
Kadarius did not make the trip.
He did not. No, everybody that was injured or working, rehabbing, whatever it may be, that weren't able to play, they were going to stay home and rehab with the trainers and try to get those guys up to speed the best we can so we can be ready to go in our next game.
Do you expect him on the field this week with Bears?
I hope so. Yeah, I think he's working hard. Again, everything we do, we talk about and try to do what's best for the player. So we'll see. They've had a couple days here, yesterday, today, tomorrow, kind of recover, and we'll see where we're at.
Did he tweak something new in that practice? We saw him limping. Is this more than just the recovery from the game?
Yeah, I'm not. I mean, with all due respect, I'm just not going to get into the specifics of it, really, with anybody. But he's working back. We'll see where he's at when we get back.
Leonard is an injury thing, not like a personal reason.
Yeah, same deal. All those guys we left back were for reasons that we thought, rehabbing, being in the training room would serve them better than being here. And if they were here, they would have played.
I think the team got a charge out of Sandro getting in and factoring in there.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. We were down there toward the end of the game, and there were some guys that hadn't played yet, so I wanted to make sure that everybody came on the trip, had an opportunity to play. And that's not the easiest situation either when they're trying to rip at the ball and you're not loose and you're warmed up. He's such a good young man. I was happy for him. I think his teammates were too.
What about Roy's obviously in the same?
Yeah, he did the same thing.
For a guy to be where he's at, Bobby talked about the other day.
Yeah.
What is your impression?
No, just, impressed. I mean, I can't imagine, coming to a different place and playing a sport you haven't really played all your life, and just the communication. I mean, where to put your knee pads, how to turn them. I mean, there's so many things that you just take for granted, and he's such a good young person. He's physically talented, and we're working with him every day to help him learn this game the best we can.
How did you feel you guys did as a first-string offense?
Yeah, I thought. There's gonna be good, there's gonna be bad. You gotta go back and watch film, learn from it. But that's what the preseason for. Try to sharpen up the tools, sharpen up the game, and whatever we didn't execute well, make sure that we get in practice. And something that just keeps taking my mind on the first drive, find a way to get more than 3. That's all of us. We got to find a way to do that. But that's what it is. That's what it's for. That's preseason. You got to get better every single day.
Did you feel as good out there as you have in camp so far?
Yeah, I felt pretty good. I think the O-line did a great job. We were able to move the ball. I was able to get a catch on 3rd and 5 to keep the sticks moving. Great ball by DJ and great read by DJ. But yeah, my body been feeling really good. So just like I said, keep taking it one day at a time and improve off of this. Thanks.
Seems like you're really getting downhill well. Has it been a focus for you this offseason, trying to make sure you kind of get downhill and get upfield pretty quick?
No, to be honest, I really haven't really changed anything.
Okay.
Obviously, I just feel like when you're just more comfortable with your body, you can trust yourself a little bit more. You're not even thinking, and you just get downhill. That's kind of how I feel like I've been playing my whole career so far. So I'm excited to get back to that, just trying to make plays for the offense and help us win games.
You feel like you get into a rhythm with the blocking schemes and understanding where the offensive linemen are going to be and finding a rhythm in the scheme that way?
Yeah, for sure. I think we've been doing a great job, not only in the game, but just throughout practice, 9-on-7, and team periods. I think the O-line been doing a great job. Bobby and all those guys been doing a great job, and the running backs been getting a great feel. And that's what happens. That's what you got to get it at in practice. You're gonna get more reps in practice than you realistically you get in a preseason game. So keep feeding off each other, keep building off each other. So when the season comes, we can take off.
Nice to get that first hit out of the way in the preseason.
Yeah. I'd asked me when I was walking by, someone asked me was I nervous, and I was just like, nah, usually you are, but like last year, I felt like I was at a point where I was just, not really confident in myself and my body. Like now I'm just so free and so loose. So, but it's always good to get that first hit out the way. It's exciting. I think, like I said, a lot of goods, a lot of bad. Not a lot of bad, but a lot of good and bad. But you got to learn from it, and it's going to continue to get better.
How important is it for the ones to get these preseason reps at this point? How important is it for the ones to get these preseason reps?
It's a little different for me. This is I think my second preseason game I ever played. But I feel like it's very important, to get full speed reps against another opponent. Obviously, you get that tempo in practice and go against the same guys, but when you go against another team, it always notches up and go to another level. So I feel like that's probably the most important part, and just at that competitive level going against another team. That's why it's important. But the coach has been doing a great job of, trying to simulate that in practice. So when you get to the game, you really don't have to think twice about it. But I would say for me personally, I would say that's the biggest difference. It just goes to another level, and then when the regular season comes, it'll go to another level. So I'm excited for that.
You said a couple of times that you didn't have this last year. So do you think when the season starts, you'll be ahead of where you were because you're getting these reps?
Yeah, I don't want to look too far. Obviously, we still got 4 weeks to get ready for a season. But yeah, definitely just feel more comfortable. Like I said, with the timing and the rhythm. With the offense, obviously you get that in practice, but to get in live action against another team definitely helps. So I look forward to it. I think, I would agree with you. I think that can help and can help catapult, how successful we are, or individually how successful I can be for the team early in the season.
Saquon on your catch for the first down.
Yeah.
That looked like it was timed perfectly. You got the ball, you kind of pivoted, turned the corner.
Yeah.
Were you happy with that play?
Yeah, I was happy. I got to go back and look at it. Obviously, knowing the situation, knowing it happened 35. I think we got 8 on it. Great read by DJ. I was able to get open. I knew the ball was going to come. And that's the timing and feeling that you got to have. And, even if we didn't execute on that play, that's something that you can go back in the next day and work on that. So that's what preseason for, to get better, get guys opportunity that their name may not be known or, yelled out by fans, get them opportunity to go out there and put some good stuff on tape.
Mentioned how disorganized the sideline was and so that. Do you have a sense of, did this team just feel kind of prepared and ready with all the new things that have been thrown at you guys over the last few months?
Yeah, but I think Dave's and all the coaches from Dave's assistant coaches to the strength staff to the trainers, they do a really good job of preparing that in practice. Every single day, I might be over that yellow line and Fitz is going to come and give me a little nudge to make sure I get back. But not even just that, just with understanding the situation, understanding the play calling, just how much faster we got. When you get there for spring and for OTAs, all that stuff is thrown to your face, learn a new playbook, especially all the guys that didn't come from Buffalo or from Kansas City before, as you kind of like, whoa, like what the heck's going on? But now just how more calm we all are, I'm excited. We got to keep going, keep learning, and keep getting better.
What feedback have you gotten from the coaching staff in terms of what they want to see from you if maybe you want to earn a regular linebacker spot once the regular season comes?
I'll say for me it's just to get my playbook, just to know the plays. I've only been here for a month or two. So for me it's just getting the playbook, try to be as smart as I can out there and make sure that I'm locked in and I don't make a lot of MEs. So I think that's the biggest thing for me.
Anything surprise you in your first NFL game?
Like I said, I was just nervous out there the first couple of drives. I mean, everyone was. All the rookies were. So for me, it was just trying to calm my nerves, just to focus and just play football like I have my whole life. So for me, that was just the most part for me. Thank you.
You were kind of joking hard on yourself about the missed tackle.
Yeah.
Take me through that play. You kind of burst through the line, and you're looking at the running back there. And
yeah, it was like, I don't know what play. It was like one of the first 2 plays, and I was just in there. I was just like, wow, I just came free. I had a chance to get a TFL. Like I said, I should have got a little bit lower. If you want to be technical, I should have got a little bit lower. Should have led with my left foot and made a tackle. But for me, it's just something you got to look at, go on film, look at it, and correct it the next game. So.
How hard is it to correct it on the fly, though? Not even get past it. It'd be like, okay, now I got to get ready for first down.
I mean, you have to. This is the game. That's the game. So you have to. You can't really think about what you did or the bad things you've done in the past, but you got to just go next play, have a next game mentality. So I think that's what happened.
Is that something that's always come easy for you, or do you have to work on being kind of like a goldfish in that way?
It's something that we've always trained on since I've started playing football. You're going to make a bad play here and there. and just step right up and try to make an even better play the next time. So take advantage of the opportunity that you get, and try to make the plays that you are given to you.
You guys have been going against each other for the last couple of weeks. How refreshing was it, and what kind of different challenges came up going against another team like this?
I would say that we didn't really know what to expect from them. With our offense, we've gone against our same offense for the past couple of weeks, so we kind of get to know what players like and what players do and how they're trying to attack us. So for us, it was just we're playing a different team. They're hungry as we are. They're trying to get a job like we are. So for us, it's a lot of competition out there and a lot of hitting and a lot of stuff like that. So I feel like just playing a different team is a good thing for us. Just getting our anger out on somebody else, not our same team.
You're allowed to finish the top.
Yeah, definitely.
Thank you.
Kayvon, what was it like? First preseason game?
Man, it was great. It was exciting out there. We got a lot to work on. During the season, I know it's going to be a lot more exciting, but this is a good start.
Now, you're a guy that loves to go back in the shop after seeing this is your first game action against a live opponent in the NFL. I know you got to watch the tape and everything, but what are you thinking your plan is now for the next 9 or 10 days as you get ready for preseason game number 2?
Just to continue to sharpen our tools. We got to get back to work. We got a lot to work on, a lot to get right. So just making sure we don't get too carried away, and we continue to just focus on the little things that's going to keep helping us grow and bring us together as a team.
One thing I noticed in the second half after you were done for the day, the third team had come off the field, and you went out there, Jihad Ward went out there, a couple other guys, and you're talking to the guys, and you're showing them techniques and what you think they should do to try to play better out there. Can you just talk about how you're, even as a rookie, trying to help the other guys on the roster and just the camaraderie of the team trying to help each other?
Well, I think the greatest thing about this game is you learn so much as you play it. So me just being able to help the guys on the sideline, me being on the sideline and be able to see different things, just giving guys tips and giving guys tools that are going to help them succeed. And that's just feeding off each other. It is a team sport at the end of the day. So just being able to, bounce ideas and bounce things off each other that are going to continue to help us grow.
Anything catch you by surprise in the first NFL game?
No, I feel like it was pretty good. Everything went pretty vanilla, as you would hope for a preseason game. But I'm just excited and ready for the season.
You mentioned the sideline. Davis was talking about just like how organized everything felt on the sideline. Did you guys feel like just ready, prepared? What went into that?
Yeah, we were definitely prepared, and it takes a whole week. We made sure we prepped it, we practiced it, and we had a plan. It was kind of like an orchestra where everything was, hitting at a T. So, just fighting strong and finishing all the way through.
Obviously, this is preseason, but first NFL action, what did you not expect? What is different? What feels just the same?
The game felt a lot slower than college, but, it was still a lot to think about and a lot to process. But, again, I feel like it was, I have a lot to work on. It was really good, and, I'm just excited.
So NFL felt slower than college?
Yeah, it actually felt slower just in the sense of the speed of the game, and not in between plays. Or how can I say, not in between whistles, but after the whistle. When you're setting up, you got more time to breathe, you got more time to process. So it was like, it felt like a longer game.
Yeah. What are you most proud of that you can take away from your performance tonight?
I was able to set edges. I was able to get hands on guys. I was able to get off blocks, and I was able to, be real efficient in the run game. I feel like I got a lot to work on in the pass game and a lot more tools and things to sharpen, but I feel like it was a good day.